Hey, what's going on everybody out there? So we're going to try something a little bit different in this video for the YouTube channel. You're going to notice things that you don't normally see from me on videos that I post up here on the channel, but we're going to see how it goes, we're going to see how it is moving forward, and if you guys think you like this type of stuff, let me know in the comments section below. So if you guys know anything about me, you guys know that I love different gaming related books. I've been kind of getting into them over the last year or so, ever since I've been doing unboxing and impressions videos over on the Coalition's YouTube channel. I really love just looking through gaming coffee table related books, through all the history and all the different visual materials and stuff that I normally don't get to see on an everyday basis, but still love and appreciate from all the different types of things I've involved with in relation to video games and the video game industry. So here are 3 big recommendations of gaming related books or coffee table books that I feel like every gamer should own in their collection. Whether you're a fan of the series or a fan of the franchise or not, I feel like you're going to get something out of each one of these particular books that I'm going to recommend to you guys. So the first book that I'm going to recommend to all of you is this Sonic the Hedgehog book for the Sonic the Hedgehog 25th anniversary from Cook & Becker. Now what this is overall is an art book that shows a lot of promotional and visual material related to Sonic the Hedgehog as a franchise, covering the entirety from about 91, 92, all the way through to about 2016, 2017, just before Sonic Forces came out. This book covers all the different types of stuff related to, again, the release of Sonic the Hedgehog on the Sega Genesis, all the inspirations leading up to Sonic the Hedgehog's release, and all the other kind of like promo material and concept art that was related to the original series on Sega Genesis and every single one of the games released up till about now. One of the cooler things about this book, specifically the collector's edition that I have right here, is that it comes with an exclusive print from the creator of Sonic the Hedgehog himself that does designs for 3 versions of Sonic, including classic Sonic on the Genesis, modern Sonic from the Sega Dreamcast, and Sonic Boom from much more of the modern day consoles. One of the things that I love about this book in particular is, besides the different types of concept art and visual materials and different concept designs for every single character and enemy to ever appear in a Sonic the Hedgehog game, is that it has a timeline of every single release of every appearance from Sonic the Hedgehog himself. Not just the Sonic games, I mean literally every single game that the Hedgehog has appeared in, which is pretty damn cool. It has stuff that you're not normally going to see in other types of books or other visual materials that are going to be covered in this book, because again, it is a celebration of the entire franchise, and 25 years of Sonic the Hedgehog is a very big deal, so it's good to see all that stuff kind of compiled together in one book, including some design documents from a few consoles, including the Genesis, the Genesis Mega Drive, as well as the Master System, and even the Dreamcast itself. So even if you're not a fan of Sonic the Hedgehog and you just love something that just is real complete and offers a lot of material, especially visual stuff and promo art and promo material that's been posted around in stores and magazines, you're definitely going to want to own this book. Again, it's not just for Sonic fans, and it's not just for Sega Genesis fans. It's for everybody that just loves great gaming related books. This is a must own for you guys. Now the other book that I'm going to recommend to all of you is this Nintendo 64 book, which is part of the Anthology series that I've been covering on the Coalition.com and the Coalition YouTube channel. One of the cooler things about this book in particular, which is also related to the PlayStation book that I did an unboxing for a while back, is that this details the entirety of the Nintendo 64's lifespan, including every single game that ever released for the console, both in the United States here in North America, as well as Europe and Japan, but also the unreleased games that never came out anywhere but were so close to being finished. One of the other cool stuff that I really love about this book in particular is that it has every single version of the Nintendo 64 hardware, all the color schemes, all the accessories, all the prototypes, and all the other extra stuff that you wouldn't think you would ever see again is covered in this book. There's a complete kind of listing that has every single accessory, every version of it, like 3, 4, maybe 10 or 11 or 12 different versions of the same accessory that is listed in this book that you probably never saw before in your local store or your local Toys R Us or your local KB or even your GameStop or EB Games from back in the day. It's pretty insane, some of the stuff that's actually covered in here that you would not expect. But one of the other things I think is also good about this one, and kind of very similar to the PlayStation book, is that it also has different interviews from various developers and individuals that were really, really important and key to the Nintendo 64's success and ultimately its death, including some of the really bad games like Superman 64. They talked to the actual person to help design that game, and what went wrong exactly is a question that they answer in this book. So if you love the N64, if you just love Nintendo and you're just kind of nostalgic for Nintendo related stuff, this is a must own, and in particular the collector's edition is another like real big deal in the version that you should pick up, because it comes with an exclusive print from The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time that kind of shows and details and features the final battle between Link and Ganondorf, and I think it just looks awesome. It's just something that just looks very, very cool, and something that you're not going to really see anywhere else and only find in something kind of like this. So if you're a big fan of that franchise, or you're a big fan of the N64, this is a real big must-own book. Now I'll kind of throw this in here as a bonus. I know I'm cheating a little bit because I did say 3, but I'm going to throw this in there for you guys anyway because I still think it's pretty good. This is the PlayStation book from the Anthology series, very similar to the Nintendo 64 book. This one, again, does the same thing that the N64 book does, but for the PlayStation 1 or the original PlayStation, and it covers everything. It even goes into the PlayStation 2 and a little bit of the PlayStation 3 era when it comes to the history of the console, when it comes to all the accessories, the games that were released, and all the other big events that happened throughout that time frame. From 1997, you know, from some of the bigger games, including like Final Fantasy VII, Metal Gear Solid, all those big games that came out, all the way through up to the death of the console, leading up to the PlayStation 2. One of the other things that I really love about this book, very similar to the N64 book, is that it also has a lot more interviews from different developers from some of the biggest franchises and games that were included on the PlayStation 1's library. That includes Tekken, that includes Gex, that includes Lara Croft Tomb Raider, Final Fantasy VII, or again, any of the Final Fantasy games, all these different titles that we associate with the PlayStation brand is some way in some form is covered in this book, especially the promotional material and all the different magazine covers that were featured back then in the day, as well as also all the accessories and special editions of the PlayStation stuff that included collectibles that weren't released here in the United States or released in North America for that matter, or let alone outside of Japan. But there's a lot of crazy stuff that the normal person is not going to find in stores, let alone in any other place, you know, that covers PlayStation. And I feel like this one is super detailed about all that different stuff. So if you love the PlayStation and you love different types of coffee table related books and other books that you're really going to get a good kind of look at the history of the console or even the games that were featured on that console, you're definitely going to want to pick this up, as well as also the Nintendo 64 book as well. And then finally, I have to cover this book because I feel like, again, it's a real big go-to for me, not only related to the Legend of Zelda franchise, but for a lot of other fans out there. The Legend of Zelda, Hyrule Historia, it's not as kind of, you know, recent or up-to-date compared to the Art and Artifacts book, as well as the other new book that's coming out for The Legend of Zelda from the same series from Dark Horse, but this is still the bread and butter for every Zelda fan, as it includes the timeline for The Legend of Zelda series completely at this point, or at least, you know, not up to date up to about, I want to say 2015, 2016 when this book came out, I think. I could be wrong on that, but even though the timeline is going to be getting updated, this has the basis of where that was kind of built upon, as well as also concept art and promotional material related to the entire Legend of Zelda franchise. One of the things that I really love about this book in particular, which I kind of didn't really get from the more recent books and the new one coming out just yet because I haven't checked it out, was that this one also covers a lot of the older art that was still kind of like the precursor to all the different designs that we got in later Zelda games. Before Ocarina of Time, before Majora's Mask, before even A Link to the Past, there was Zelda NES, and a lot of the art and design and stuff that was really featured in there is really covered in great detail in this book, and it offers a lot of good insight into a lot of the different processes that created such a legendary franchise for a lot of fans of Nintendo. One of the other things I also think is pretty cool is that this also has a lot of interviews from a lot of the different creative minds behind the Legend of Zelda franchise, including Miyamoto, including Aonuma, and all those other people that have really kind of shaped the identity of what the Legend of Zelda is, as well as also offers a really good insight into where the series is going from this point when the book was printed. Now, of course, we all know where the series went because we got Breath of the Wild and we got a whole bunch of other games as well, and we're going to be getting even more games in the future, I'm sure, but if you guys really want the core basis of the entire franchise, of the entire Legend of Zelda series, and if you really consider yourself a true fan of the Legend of Zelda, this is a must-own in your library and your gaming collection, and if you don't own this, you need to pick this up ASAP. I know that they offer it for like around $20, $25 here and there, especially on Amazon, and you can find this in other places like Barnes & Noble as well. I'm going to be checking out some of the other series that are related to this book, including Art and Artifacts, and the new one coming out later this year, so definitely be on the lookout for that. Maybe at some point I'll do a separate video related to those two books as well. So there you have it. Those are 3 recommendations, technically 4 at this point, of gaming-related books and coffee table books that I feel like every gamer should own or take a look at some point whenever they can. Because I feel like you're going to get a lot of good insight into the history of a lot of those franchises and consoles, as well as also see things you might have never seen before in any other place. Even if you grew up with a lot of that stuff and you're very nostalgic for it, chances are, and I would really be willing to put money down, there's a lot of stuff in these books that you probably have never seen anywhere else before that you're really going to enjoy, that you're really going to get a lot of good food for thought and really get a lot of excitement out of checking out, again, probably for the first time. But with that being said though, that's what I got for you guys. Let me know what's up in the comment section below if you like this style of video, if you like these types of stuff that I've been talking about, or any of the recommendations of the books that I've kind of brought to you guys. Put it in the comment section below. Don't forget to leave a like on the video as well, and subscribe to the channel, again, for all my videos related to gaming and my gaming related vlogs. Hopefully we are able very soon to break that 1,000 subscriber limit. It'd be pretty damn awesome if you guys could help me do so. But with that being said, that's what I got for all of you. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thanks a ton, everyone, for watching this video. I really appreciate your guys' support, and I really appreciate everybody who stuck around with me this entire time. I know it's a little bit of a shock with some of the changes I'm implementing into the videos, but I want to see how it turns out and kind of get some of your guys' feedback and see how it goes. If you guys want to see more videos from me, make sure you guys check out all of my extra vlogs here on the channel, and don't forget to check out my stuff over on thecoalition.com. I have a lot of great content that you guys definitely don't want to miss out on. If you can, show me some love by hitting that like button and also subscribing to my channel as well. I'm very close to 1,000 subscribers, and I want to try to see if I can break the limit. Help me out and hit that subscribe button. Hope to see you guys again real soon. Peace out and stay epic, everybody.